in the Zoom if you'd like for the option for some giveaway stuff. So if you're ready, we're going to get rocking and rolling here. So, bam. All right. So basically, we're going to talk about how to get more students, make more money, and scale your academy without having to offer discounts or wasting money on ads or ad companies. Okay. So this is how we do it. I'm going to give you the game plan here. Follow along. Like I said, we got some cool things that we're going to be doing. So this system literally can change your business and your life. So just please stay focused while we're doing this. Close out of any social media, email, grab pen and paper. You don't want to miss any of this. This is actual tactics that we can use to go ahead and implement some of these strategies that we're talking about. So again, this is not for you if you kind of have one of these. If you're just a hobbyist, you're not really trying to run a business, you're just going out trying to train a little bit and have fun, like, cool, don't waste your time. This probably is not going to be for you. If you're not willing to try a proven system, again, probably not for you. We have a real step-by-step system that we kind of teach you here. Also, if you don't have an academy, or if you don't have at least 20 paying students right now, this might not work for you. Some of the strategies that we have, you want to have an academy, or at least you want to have a startup budget. So maybe you're opening up an academy. And if that's the case, then as long as you have some kind of startup budget to be able to run some ads, do some stuff for your academy, then this stuff will actually help you as well. And then again, oh, I missed one. And then again, if you're not willing to invest in your business or your ads, it's probably not going to be a good fit. But this training is for you if you need a proven system for leads, new members, all that stuff. So this, typically people are getting about 30 new members a month using this program. And the cool thing is we'll kind of get into it, but they're paying a lot of upfront cash so that you can kind of keep moving through those. If you hate wasting money on ads, probably don't want to be on this call. Or this is for you. If you hate wasting money on ads, we're going to actually show you how to do that. If you feel like more of a janitor or a front desk receptionist than you do an academy owner, then you want to be on this call. A lot of us, back in the day, were doing every job in the academy. So now it's like, man, I can be an owner, I can be a CEO, I can be an investor, rather than having to work every day at that academy. And then if you're ever kind of wondering, man, am I going to be able to make rent this month? If I'm going to make payroll, like any of those kind of things, you definitely want to be on this call. And then again, if you want to fill your school as of yesterday, most importantly, and are committed, what's up, VJ? Are committed to growing your academy, you want to be on this call. So in the next 60 minutes, my goal is for you to get more leads, get more students, and then make more money. That's what we're here to do, right? Why have a business if we don't have any profit at the end of the day? And I want to do that without having to do free offers or discount offers or kind of any kind of monthly retainer fees that other ad guru agencies are going to be kind of charging you. So I know everybody's busy, so I want to make sure that I reward you for this. So if you stay to the end, I'm going to give a couple bonuses out. And like I said, a couple gifts. So one is going to be our Academy Kings Blueprint, the exact Fab 5, we call it. It's the roadmap that we use exactly step-by-step on how to grow your academy. Everything from getting leads in to elevating them through your system. The whole playbook is right there. So we're going to give that out as a bonus at the end. Also, I did a course on Wednesday. Super good profit maximizer course. I did that free on Wednesday for everybody in the group. So if you didn't see that, or even if you did, I'm going to make sure you have access to that so you can see it or implement it. 100% tactics, no sales pitch, no nothing, like just tactics, the stuff that you need to be doing to make money. So again, if you stay to the end, I'm going to make sure you get access to that profit maximizer course. That literally, like, there's a post in there from Jason Beber, who's one of our Academy Kings. And he said, literally, that one course completely changed his life. Like, used to have to go into the change jar to get money for gas sometimes. Now, like, there's a video of him like rolling around in like $100 bills because he's like making a bunch of cash now. So that one course actually is worth everything by itself. And then again, if you stay to the end, you're gonna have a chance to win a $100 gift card. I'm gonna ask a couple questions to make sure that you were paying attention during this call. So if you pay attention, you know the answers. It's not a very hard test. It's not, nothing crazy. But if you get the answers correct first, you will have the option to do that. Yeah, give me a couple thumbs up or hearts on Facebook land. And again, if you're on Facebook, you got to be on the Zoom call. So click the link, jump into the Zoom for the chance to win the gift card. If you like what you hear, we're gonna have 7 openings this month to jump into our Academy Kings partnership. And we have an all new $35,000 guarantee, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But this thing is really cool how we're going to be able to guarantee this. So again, if you don't know who I am, I'm Lance. I own Conquest in Maryland, also in the Academy Kings. We have a great group. This is me and my team. This is me and Master De La Hiva, who my jiu-jitsu lineage is under, and then my business partners here, Kai, Nate, and VJ. And we started Conquest back in 2009 as a hobby gym, a couple days a week in the back of a Taekwondo studio. And so that's kind of my journey, is kind of getting here. Been an academy owner for over 12 years now. We have multiple academies, a couple that we own outright, a couple that we're partners in. I've invested well over $200,000 in different mastermind and coaching and mentorship programs. I've spent over $4,000 in ads at just my own school, and tested in hundreds of markets. So the stuff that we're giving you actually works. That's a difference between me and a lot of other ad guys or gurus or masterminds or any of that stuff. Like, I actually have a school. I do this stuff every day. So anything that's new, that's working, I'm kind of giving out to everybody. If it doesn't work, we don't use it. Kind of where it all started, like I said, kind of started as a hobby back of a Taekwondo school. We had 3 members. We were training 3 days a week. During that time, I was also having a family of, 3 daughters, a dog, a wife. And then I also was working full-time as an electrician. So, if any of you have been in that same kind of position, whether you're running the gym part-time now, or whether you just went into full-time, I know that struggle. I've been there. I've done that. So at that time I was working 16, 18 hours a day. I wanted to quit the electrical gig because it just wasn't my thing. I wasn't loving it. I wasn't digging it. Every day I was at the job, I was listening to a podcast, reading books on my spare time, trying to figure out how to make the gym more profitable. My family life was crazy. And it was just really a grind every day. I'd get up, 4 a.m, drive to DC. I work from like 5:30 to 2. And I come back home, get the kids from daycare, come back to the academy, have the kids at the academy. Wife would pick up the kids at the academy, get back home at 10 p.m. and do the whole thing the next day. I mean, just like crazy grind. But, it was successful. It worked. And kind of, the reason it didn't work for a long time was because we kind of did what everybody else did, right? We looked at our competition. We looked at our neighbors. We looked at, the school that we came from, and like, what were they doing? And it was like, oh, give away a free trial, charge $99 a month, grandfather people in at, $60 a month because they're your first members. We sat at events on the weekends instead of spending time with our family, giving out flyers that nobody ever actually came and did a class with. All of the stuff that we, that people are doing, kind of that guerrilla marketing idea where it's like, oh yeah, like it worked. I got one person. Like, cool. You just spent, 12 hours at an event, 15 hours designing the flyers and printing the stuff and doing all the stuff, and you got one person. Like, great, but not a good way to scale, right? So no matter what we did, we barely got any leads. We lost a lot of money every time that we tried to run ads. We wasted hours working the leads that never showed up, and just attracted a bunch of tire kickers. So if you guys have ever been there, have you sat at those events and wasted a whole day and not signed anybody up? If you've been there, go ahead and put yes in the comments. If you have, done the grind, or maybe still doing the grind, put yes in the comments. Let me know that you're out there and you're listening. And then we're going to get really into some nitty gritty here in a second. So, what we kind of figured out was that the discount model was tough. I didn't want to be the Walmart of martial arts, where it was just like discount, because all that is, it's a race to the bottom. We tried it for years by ourselves, right? With no guidance, no information. We hired agencies, but most of them didn't have, any martial arts background. They were just agencies that like, oh, I know how to run ads. I did a Facebook course. So they barely got us any leads. And then, we had staff and things like that would actually do some of the work, but it really never got us a lot of people in the door. So, most of the stuff that we were trying back in the day just didn't work. That's when I realized we needed to kind of figure out something different. Obviously I'm a grinder. Like, I don't mind working. I work every day, like, 15, 20 hours a day, a lot of times. So we weren't scared of working hard, but we were just working wrong, like our hard work was not the correct way to do it. So we were investing in the wrong things. I talked to somebody just the other day. He's like, brand new academy owner, took out $30,000 loan and spent it all on his mats, his equipment, his t-shirts, website, all of this stuff, and had a big grand opening. I was like, oh, how many people you sign up? He's like, one. I was like, so you just spent 30 grand on this amazing facility and you only signed up one person at your grand opening? He's like, yeah. Like, probably not a good model to follow, right? Like, so what do you do next? And again, nobody showed up because you're investing in the wrong things. Like, people understand that, like, you're not a Fortune 500 company. So you might have a used mat or a not dirty, but the walls might not be perfect. Like, you might have to sacrifice a couple of these things to get people in the door. And what we figured out is that we needed knowledge, right? We needed to invest in business and personal growth. We needed the knowledge of the person to be able to sell something, the person to be able to write an ad, the person who can figure out how to do an ad, right? So that knowledge was not something that was really seen in the industry. That's where we said, okay, I wish I had learned these things sooner, right? I wish I had invested in business, in marketing and knowledge and mentorship. Those were the things we should have been investing in, not a logo, not t-shirts to give out, not flyers at events. Like, if I know how to market, if I know how to do sales, if I know where to spend that money, then that is where I'm going to get the most success. And so that's what this kind of system puts together. So this was just a picture of us at our last in-person mastermind. So you see a lot of the Academy Kings there that are just crushing it right now. I basically looked outside of the martial arts industry. I started looking at, other fitness stuff, other online marketing, all kinds of different avenues. And I seeked mentors in those areas. Started the journey of business education and personal growth, right? So how can I become a better business person? Like, I was already a good martial artist, and I spent a lot of money to get to that level of martial arts. So I probably, if I'm going to be opening up a business, I probably want to have some mentorship and coaching in that area as well. So I went all in, spent over $200,000 in books, courses, personal mentors, business coaches, masterminds, all of that kind of stuff. I currently spend over $5,000 a month right now on my own coaching. So $60,000 a year on my own coaching. That's right, $60,000. That's probably more than a lot of people are making at their academy. So that's how important coaching is. One of my mentors told me, he who can spend the most to acquire a student wins. Dan Kennedy, right? So again, like, if you can outspend your competition on advertising, you're going to get all the eyeballs. You're going to become the expert in your area. And if you can spend more than they can spend, you're going to win every time. So I didn't understand that at the time. So I was a little confused, but the more I understood, the more I dug into it, then, I was like, okay, how do we do this? How do we do this in martial arts? Like, okay, I get it. Internet marketing, cool. Walmart, cool. Amazon, cool. But how do I do this and apply this at my martial arts academy? So basically what I needed to figure out was, how do I turn $1 of ad spend into $5 or $10 of profit? If I could have a machine that did that, I would just spend as much money as I could on the machine because it doesn't cost me any money. And I would do that until my academy was full. And that's basically how we did it, right? And that's when we did kind of discover what we call our LPL system. It's basically just leads pay for leads. So I knew this was a new model, especially in martial arts, because everybody was doing 30 days free, 2 weeks free, 7-day trial, $9 for 3 classes, like all of these little things that they weren't making any money on that front end. And they were just hoping that people would show up and they could convert them on the back end. What was even better was that once we mastered it at our academy, we started sharing it out to our network. Samir Chantry in California, Chris Bauer in Maryland. And Chris sent me back a text after he kind of started understanding it and getting success. And he was like, so far everyone has been like, holy shit, this is awesome. I don't think any BJJ or MMA academy is doing this. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Because again, like he saw what it is. And Chris went within about, I think it was 6 to 8 weeks, Chris went from 20,000 a month to 40,000 a month, just by kind of implementing this system. This system will give you really quick growth. And that's the idea. That's how Amanda and Hernando, who you probably have seen in some of the group stuff, went from 7,000 or 17,000 to over 100,000 a month. A bunch of the guys, we'll get into some of that stuff, but it works quick and works fast. And that's the best part about it. So at that point is when I kind of knew that like the LPL system would change the martial arts industry. And it really has, at least for the Academy Kings people. And in fact, it has worked ever since and in every market in the US. So as we did it, like I said, Amanda and Hernando went from 15,000 a month to 100,000 a month. They just had their biggest month in November, 117,000, 120,000. It's in the group. Wes in Arkansas, a one-man show, added 60 new students in 30 days. Jamal in New Jersey has a good team, added 54 members in 30 days. Jason Beber, who was rolling around in the $100 bills like Scrooge McDuck, small town in North Carolina, added 15,000 in just 1 month. This stuff works really, really well. And they've all been able to do it. And like I said, it works all over the country. And the trainer, I'm gonna show you how you can kind of do that as well. So have you ever wanted to just get students on demand? Like the easy button, like, oh, I want more students. I want more students. I want more students. You just hit the easy button and they appear, right? So imagine if you could do that and how that student on demand would make you feel, right? So if you knew that like anytime you turn ads on, you're going to get people in the door. Jason just said on Facebook, it's true. So imagine what your life would be like if that was the case. You had the easy button, you just hit it and bam, you got students on demand. Think about this for just 1 second and drop it in the chat too. Like what does your perfect academy look like, right? What does the perfect academy look like for you? Is it $1 million academy like Amanda and Hernando have? Is it competing and traveling? Like Chris went from 20,000 to 40,000, but he doesn't even run the academy. He literally just travels around the world and competes every week. Is it helping kids for free? We have one of our guys, Carlos, that has Guardian in Baltimore. He has a charity that he runs for kids in Baltimore for free jiu-jitsu. Is it like Laura that just wants to help people lose weight? Build a great competition and MMA team like Vicente Jr. Building a confident, women, right? Like a self-defense women's healthy kind of idea like Jamal. He also has a great jiu-jitsu program. But what's that look like for you? What's your perfect academy look like? Drop it in the chat. Is it a profitable, huge academy? Is it 1,000 students? What does that look like for you in the future? 1 year from now, like if you could say like, hey, right now I'm at this, but 1 year from now, I want to be here. What does that look like? Drop that in the chat and let us know. Is it a lifestyle academy? Is it a money academy? Is it 10 locations? Like, what does that look like? What's that perfect thing? Now, just do it, right? Like if I can show you how to do it, you should just do it. Now that you know what you want to get, like now you have that goal set in mind, like how are you going to get there? Let's figure it out. And if you want it bad enough, you'll implement it and get it done. So now we'll get into the nitty gritty here. So basically it's the 3 secrets of a profitable academy. One is how to build a sexy offer so you can get more leads, right? So if you can have an offer so cool that people are like, man, I got to do that, right? You're going to get more people in the door. They're going to click more. Use a consultative first framework, right? So how do you sell a higher ticket program? You do that through this consultation first kind of framework. And then how do you have a show system to make people actually show up for their appointments? Manual show-ups right now, less than 20%. A lot of them are at 16%. Some of the automations getting up into 20%. How do you get 50%, 60, 70% of the people to actually show up to those appointments? So secret one is the sexy offer. Build an offer that gets prospects to raise their hand, right? Like, hey, I'm interested in what you're just talking about. So one of my other mentors, Alex Ramosi, he just put out a book, and the subtitle of the book is "An offer needs to be so good that people feel stupid saying no." So how do you build that for martial arts, right? How do you build that for your clients? So this is like this is how you have to do that. So let me kind of set the stage for you and show you an example of this outside of the martial arts industry. So a great offer has to always start with a problem, right? Like weight loss, self-defense, like what, kid's a jerk. Like I got to get him better discipline. So how do you do that, right? How do you figure out what that problem is? And then from there, how do you start to relate that out? So the problem I'm going to propose here is I'm hungry, lonely, and I'm trying to lose weight, right? So that's what somebody's problem is. How do I figure out a solution for that? So the solution is I'm going to eat a salad with my friends. So a big key point to this, easy. So the offer has to be easy. You have to value stack. You have to have a lot of value in that. And that easy plus value stack is going to equal more money for you. So remember, I'm hungry, I'm lonely, and I want to lose weight. So option one, hey, I get a head of lettuce from the store. I take it home. I got to clean it up. I got to cut it up. I got to put it on a plate. I got to call my friend. I got to get him to come over. We got to clean it all up afterwards, right? So cheap. It's very easy, or it's cheap, but it's not easy. 70 cents for a head of lettuce, throw some oil and vinegar on there, drink some water, you're good to go. But again, a lot of work, right? I got to cut it. I got to clean it. I got to clean up afterwards. I got to, mess up my house, all this stuff. Option two, I'm just going to go to the store. I'm going to buy the bag that's already ready. So now again, a little bit easier. I'm going to pay a little bit more money, but I don't have to cut it. I don't have to clean it. I just pour it on the plate, throw some dressing on it, eat it. Still got to clean up afterwards. Still got to do all the dishes, all that stuff. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the, let me move this out of the way. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Or I'm going to go to the store, the restaurant, right? I'm going to invite my friend. We're going to meet at the restaurant. From there, it's like, yeah, I'm going to pay $7, 10 times the amount of the head of lettuce, but very easy. I show up at the place. They throw the food in front of me. I eat it. I walk out. They clean up. Me and my friend go out and we have a good time, right? But you see the solution can be different, right? So the ease of the solution and how much value is stacked in that solution is going to matter on the amount of money I can charge. Again, 10 times the amount, and we do it every day. So it's the same with martial arts. Yep. So look at martial arts industry. How can we do the same idea and put this in the martial arts ideas, right? So one, I got to look at the martial arts industry. From there, it's like the best academies have the best offer, right? So again, the best academies don't have a free 2 weeks or 7-day trial. The best academies have some kind of offer that people are willing to pay for because they're going to get bought in. We're going to spend a lot of time with them. And then from there, we're going to be able to offer that at a higher rate than what everybody else, right? I don't want to be the Walmart. I don't want to be the cheapest guy in town. I want to be the most expensive. So again, we just don't offer a free class. The free class is just the head of lettuce. Anyone can do that. So what problems do people run into? So you have to start thinking from the mind of the student, right? What are the objections that are going to come? Can I do it? Am I too fat? Am I too old? Am I too young? Am I too out of shape? Whatever. What will I be doing? I'm nervous. I don't want to get hurt. I don't have the time. I don't want to fight with anybody. COVID, like there's 1,000 reasons why someone's not going to want to do martial arts or not going to want to do your program. So we have to go through those solutions and figure out and then give them value that covers these things. Can I do it? Absolutely. We have people do this all over the country. What will I be learning? We're going to be getting you in the class 3 days a week. We're going to give you a curriculum, everything that you need. Am I going to get hurt? No, you're going to be in beginner only classes. Everyone's starting fresh. You're not going to be going with any pro fighters or anything. Time. Oh, we have convenient times for you. I don't want to fight. Don't worry. You're only going to be drilling in this class. And the list goes on. But again, if I know what these objections are, I can start to set my ads up and set my offers up to be able to follow through with those objections. So let's look at the martial arts industry. How do we actually follow through with this plan or this offer and actually give them something, right? So offer A is what most people do, is a free trial, is a 2-day pass or whatever it might be. Offer B, free warrior challenge or 6-week program or 42-day warrior program. Just the title itself sounds better, right? So what's the offer going to entail? Okay, which is going to be more interesting, or make you want to jump in a little bit more? One, come to a free class. Like, okay, that's cool. I get to try it out, whatever. We'll put you in with everybody else, and you have no uniform on, so you stand out as the outsider. Not really interested in that. Or offer B, come to our Warrior Challenge. You get 6 weeks of training. You get 3 classes a week. I'm going to show you what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat it. I'm going to give you a personal mentor that's going to be your black belt coach that's going to walk you through this entire program. I'm going to give you a war. Hey, Nate, can you shut the door, please? Can you take the phone also? Grab the phone. Take the mentor. We're going to give you a curriculum workbook so you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing through this whole 6-week period. 24/7 online training portal, all beginner classes, so people are in your same level. We're going to build a Facebook community for you so that you actually can do that, right? So you talk to people that are in the classes with you. I'm going to give you a free uniform. Oh, and by the way, it starts this week and we have limited spots. Like, that's a pretty good offer. So what offer would you pick as a client, right? Free trial or offer B, Warrior Challenge? I would pick offer B because it's more value. I'm covering all of my bases, right? People are loving that. And the cool thing is, man, offer A, free class, 0 money. No one cares. They know the offer is always there. They have no money invested into that program. And typically it actually costs you to do that because you're running ads and you're not making any of that money back. Or offer B, Warrior Challenge. We sell our 6-week Warrior Challenge for $600. Makes it a lot easier also to get them into a longer term membership. If you tell someone, oh, hey, you just paid $99 a week for jujitsu, and now I'm going to give it to you at half price at $59 a week or $49 a week after that, like, man, that's great. If you give somebody something for free and then you're like, oh, by the way, it's $200 a month after this, they value jujitsu with free at that point. When you put that number up high, that's $600, now they value jujitsu, martial arts, whatever it is, at that higher rate. And now they're like, oh man, this is awesome. I love this program and I'm willing to spend $200 a month on this. You're probably thinking, cool in theory, but will this work? I don't know. Like, not in my area. People don't have that much. There's no way I could sell it. Like, I've been selling this exact program at my academy for 6 or 7 years now. I thought the same thing at first, and then we did it, tested it, and it worked. Started out at $199, $299, $399, $499, all the way up to $599. It works all the way. Every person I talk to that comes in and we're like consulting with them about the program, man, I can't charge that much. Nobody will pay that much in my area for jiu-jitsu. Well, like I said, it does. Well, that's Gary in Maryland. I don't know why it says Bruno. David in Florida. Oh, there's Bruno over there. Bruno in California. Samir in California. Vitor up in New Jersey. Wade in Florida. Jamal in New Jersey. Chris in Arizona. Amanda Hernando in Idaho. Like, all over the country this works. Wes in Fayetteville. Ed Ramos down in Texas. Juliana Prado in California. Like, it works everywhere. All of these guys are running the same program, and it works everywhere in the country. The key is to have an offer they can't refuse, right? Remember The Godfather? You got to make them an offer they can't refuse. They have to feel dumb for saying no. And you give better service when you charge more. The problem with, being the lowest money out there, if you want to be the Walmart of martial arts, like, cool. But the problem with that is people don't value it, right? You don't value it either. You don't value free. You don't value $19. If somebody gives you $600, you're going to make sure that you do the work, or else you're going to start to get bad reviews. You're going to get people coming in complaining that, man, I just spent $600 for this and you didn't give me anything that you said. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? So what it does is it gets buy-in from both parties. The customer is more bought in because they paid for something. You're more bought in as an owner because you're on the hook for something. So it gets a lot better service on both ends. And then when you have amazing customer service and you over deliver on your promises, people are stick around forever. So again, would you rather spend a week giving away free classes or have them invested in serious from the start, right? Make them pay to play. If you can create an irresistible offer focused on results, you'll make more money. And that's the key. So with an upfront program, you can get unlimited new students. And this goes back to the idea of what Dan Kennedy said. He who can charge them or spend the most to acquire a new student wins, right? So whatever business can you spend the most money to acquire a new student is going to win every time, because you're going to outprice everyone else in your area. That goes back to our leads, pay for leads system. So again, the LPL system. So I just want, this is a hypothetical kind of situation, and this is how I like to explain how the system works. So day one, you spend $50 on your ads. Day two, you spend $50 on your ads. Day three, you spend $50 on your ads. Okay, during that time, we're spending that money. We're getting opt-ins, we're getting leads, we're getting people into our funnel. By day four, people are setting up or coming in for their appointments. So by day four, we're selling. So typically the way we do it is about 50% of those people are going to get sold into your membership. That's kind of like, you know, if you're just reading the script, you should be able to sell about 50 people. As you get better at the script, you should be 60, 70% of the people. If you're closing 90% of the people, if you're closing 100% of your people, you're just not charging enough. Like, you may think that you're like really cool. Like, I get on the call and the guy's like, oh, I close 100% of my appointments. You're not charging enough. It's that simple. Like, there's a formula. 20% of the people are going to buy no matter what. 20% of the people are never going to buy no matter what. That 60% in the middle, you have to fight for a little bit. So again, if you're selling everybody, if everybody's taking your offer sucks, because you're not actually charging enough money for that program. So again, 3 days in, we've spent $150 out of our pocket, say, on ads. So by day four, people are showing up. We're selling those people into our $600 program. Okay. So now we have $600 in front of us. That's our first sale. So from there, I get to repay my $150. I put that back in my pocket. And now what happens is I have money that I can use. Right now I'm playing on the house's money. So I have that $450 that was left over from that $600 sale. And now I have 12 days worth of my ad spend for free. Okay. So now I can run ads for 12 days completely free from my customer paying that. From there, if I sell one more, I have my entire month pretty much paid for. That's how you can get unlimited new members, right? I just keep pushing money into my ads, because every time I sell one, I move my money over there. If I'm doing a free offer, if I'm doing a $29 2-week offer, whatever it is, I don't have the money to do that because I need an ad budget, right? I'm not collecting that money upfront and being able to move that money into my sales system. This is how you can scale fast and never need an ad budget. So this $600 upfront, like I said, it starts to build new members, right? I'm getting a buy-in from them upfront. I'm building raving fans because they're bought into the program. They're reading this stuff. They're following the curriculum. They're showing up to classes because they just invested their own money. If it's free, if it's $19, like, man, $19, like, I go get coffee, it's almost $19. I don't value $19. I value $600. I value $2,000, but free, those things, that's why people don't show up for your programs. That's why they don't show up for appointments. That's why they don't show up for class. So the big myth is that you have to do a free trial or you have to do a low budget offer, right? And it's just not true. And we've tried this, we've done them all. Free for 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 2 weeks free. People don't value free. $19 for 3 classes and a pair of gloves. Like, cool. But now you're just getting those people that want to spend a little bit of money to try something out, and then they go to the next one, right? Think about like that Groupon mentality. So this is an example that, people actually rave about it. Once you're invested in that money, people are loving it because they've invested their time, they've invested their energy, they've invested their money, right? Make them pay to play, they say. And this is where people, we just build those reviews because people are bought into the program. They love it. First time in my life, I've actually looked forward to working out. Best I've felt since I was in the Army. Motivation, discipline, hard work, friendship, happiness, and so much more. So these are all the reviews that we're getting through this 6-week program. Making progress, feeling good, having a blast doing jiu-jitsu. I'm down, what did I say? He has 40 pounds to go, but he's working towards it. So remember, easy plus value equals more money. And again, that's how you can have an offer that gets clients who gladly spend that $600 up front for your product or your offer. So if you guys understand how that whole LPL system works, the idea of I use a little bit of my money out of pocket to get things started, but as they start to roll, that LPL system is going to promote more and more and more growth, right? So as long as my ads are breaking even or I'm making money, I just keep pushing money into ads, and that's how you grow quickly, right? That's how we scale. So if you understand that LPL system and how important that irresistible offer is, go ahead and put yes in the comments. Just let me know that you're hearing me, you're understanding what we've got. Go ahead and put yes in the comments and let me know that you can see that and understand that whole process. All right, good. So second is that consultative first approach, right? So this is what we want to be able to do, is start to build a predictable sales conversation, right? I've been doing this for 7 years. I know how this conversation goes every time. So I'm going to basically give you that skill. I want to teach you that skill. Obviously, sales is an acquired skill. Like, some people are good at it, but really most people have to work at this. We do daily sales training for Academy Kings. We do daily sales training for Conquest. How to get through those objections, how to do that. Part of our program for our mastermind is we do weekly sales training. Like, you come on, you have a question, you ask, we talk about it. So if you ever felt like selling was hard, slimy, pushy, or that you or your team just can't sell, then you're going to love how this kind of framework works. This isn't pushing anything on anybody. This isn't selling hard. This is literally just talking and having a conversation with somebody. So most academies, the way that they do this is they have some kind of special discount, 2 weeks free, free class, private lesson, group, whatever it is. From there, sales pitch. And again, it's like, oh, cool. Did you like it? Here's your offer. It's a boring offer. It won't attract a lot of new students. And most of that time you're actually working for free, right? So what I want to do is get paid up front for my work. So when I started doing jiu-jitsu, you got thrown on the mats. It was like, hey, if you stuck around and asked about a membership, maybe you got signed up. If you left or if you didn't ask, no one ever approached you. No one ever had that sales conversation with you. And that's just not the way it is, right? People never came back from their first class because, again, they got the wrong impression of martial arts. So times have changed. You just can't throw people into classes and hope that they stay. Maybe the instructor had a bad day and he's a jerk that day. Maybe, whoever you partnered them up with is smelly and they're like, man, this place is disgusting. You don't know what that experience is going to be like. So you want to have a set, predictable experience every time that they come in. Now, people need to be introduced into martial arts in a slow, predictable way. And that's what this does. So that's why we switched to the consultative first framework. So you want to think doctor patient. Okay. So the idea is, if I go to a doctor and I'm like, man, my arm is jacked up, I can't move it, I can't lift it. The doctor's not just going to prescribe me medicine. He's not going to just say over the phone, like, oh, cool, like, go have arm surgery. No, he's going to come in. We're going to sit down. He's going to ask me, hey, okay, how's it going? What happened? How did this problem start? Oh man, I was rolling, the guy arm barred me. Okay, cool. What did that look like? How did that feel? He's going to ask me some questions. He's going to move my arm. Like, oh, that hurts. That doesn't hurt. And then he's going to say, cool, like, this is your problem and this is your solution. I'm going to prescribe you a medication. I'm going to prescribe you some physical therapy. I'm going to prescribe you some surgery. They don't just give you whatever and say, this is it, right? So they talk to you, they figure out your problem, then they give you that solution. That's the same process that you want to have at your school. So how do you do this, right? The key is the choreography of talking about it. So what does it look like? So the consultative first approach, you want to go to where the attention is, right? And I talked about this on the call the other day. You want to look at where the attention is, right? So right now, Instagram, Facebook, all of those things have the attention. Maybe those people aren't your perfect clients. Maybe those people don't even know about jiu-jitsu or martial arts. But what they do is, if you have some kind of disruptive atmosphere to your pictures or your videos, now what happens is you catch that attention, you educate them on your martial art, and now you have a new prospect in your funnel. If you just advertise on Google or just advertise through SEO, you're only finding people that know exactly about jujitsu, and that's a very small market, or martial arts. You want to have a disruptive market that's bigger. So what do? We go right to that Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of these different things, and we start to disrupt a little bit of that scroll. From there, we want to book an appointment right away. If you're trying to get people on calls and things like that, a lot of times you can't do that. But if you can book an appointment right away for an easy time that people are available for, they're 4 times more likely to actually show up and respond to messages. And then from there, we want to sit down with them. What is the reason that they came in? How did they, how'd they hear about us? What was the reason? What is the problem that they have? Self-defense. Hey, I was walking in the park with my girlfriend and I got beat up. Like, oh man, you need some self-defense. You need some confidence. Hey, weight loss. Hey, I used to be a wrestler. I used to do martial arts. I used to be in the military. I used to play sports. Maybe they're just missing that friends and community connection. There's 1,000 different reasons why they're there. And if we just sell them on, oh man, martial arts is cool. Oh man, like martial arts is leadership, whatever, that might not be why. So we need to talk to them. We need to figure out what brought them in. From there, we want to be able to give them an offer that fixes their problem with a result-based solution, right? So the idea is, man, you want to lose weight. Cool. What about 20 pounds down the road? Where are you going to feel? How are you going to look? All of those kind of things. Oh, you want self-defense. What if in the next 6 weeks, I can get you really close to having a good self-defense mindset moving forward? Do you think that would fix or give you more confidence? Oh, cool. Here's my offer. You give them that $5.99 offer for that 6-week program that's going to fix that problem because it's a result-based program. And what that does for you is now liquidates your acquisition costs, right? So it gets rid of any of that upfront ad budget that you need. So from there, recurring membership, right? We're just going to move them from that 6-week program into our blue belt program or whatever that next level of service is. If you're doing weight loss, maybe it's rapid fat loss for our 6-week program. And then we get into a maintenance or extended fat loss period. So again, then we go into a recurring revenue model for 200 plus a month. So all of this system flows really well together. And because they have an amazing experience, what we found is that people that come through our 6-week program stay 2 times as long as someone that comes through a 7-day trial or a 1-day trial or a 2-week trial. It's because that onboarding experience is amazing. We're courting, right? We're dating through this time period. People that come in and they just get married right away, like first day offer, get married, whatever. That's where you see a lot of people like 30 days, 45 days down the road. Man, I haven't came in this whole time. I want to cancel my membership. When you give them that 6-week experience, it's a nice long courtship. They get to try the stuff. They get to build some friends. They get to have some fun. They're bought into that program and into that process. And then when we sell them into that next level of service, now it's amazing. They love it. They already have friends. Now the friends are calling them when they're not showing up for class. What's going on, man? Where you been? They've built these relationships and now they're moving forward. 2 times as long memberships just by using this 6-week program. So again, a couple other kind of benefits of that consultative first approach. You're putting martial arts as a solution rather than a commodity, right? So if you think about beef is a commodity. People are buying beef every day. Most of the time they're looking for select or choice. My family's in the meat business. We have a slaughterhouse in Maryland. Like, they're just looking for that cheapest meat. They don't care. But then you find that client that wants that prime, right? That is not a commodity anymore. We can price that prime at a higher rate. Maybe we do some dry aging. Now we can even price it higher. So you want to be a solution, not just a commodity. It's not 7 days here, 7 days at my competitor, 7 days at my other one, 2-week trial, whatever. No, we're completely different. We don't like that model because that doesn't work. We offer this 6-week program because it's actually going to get you a solution for your problem. And that's how you want to be able to position yourself. That's the difference. What's different between you and them? Man, like we all teach martial arts, but we just come at a different approach. We come with a result-based approach. A lot of them are just going to kind of push you into an offer right away. Like that's the difference, right? Again, get more long-term students who stick around longer because they're more engaged. We get them bought in at the beginning with that paid in full kind of $600 for 6 weeks. And then from there, now they're more engaged, which once they have that engagement, now they want to stick around longer because they build the friends, because they do the different stuff. Again, solution oriented versus commodity. I'm completely different than everyone in my area, and I can charge way more because of that difference, right? We know that value is not based on the mats that we have, the bathrooms looking pretty. The differentiator for us is that skill, that mentor that you're going to get, those friends that you're going to build. Those are the things, and that's what they're actually paying for. They can go anywhere and get martial arts. They can go anywhere and get physical fitness, but they can't get the atmosphere that we have. They can't get the mentorship and the relationships that they're going to build here through these programs that we have them designed in that specific way. And then again, just building those deeper relationships. And because the students have that amazing experience, like I said, 2 times longer they're sticking around than a normal trial membership. So with that predictable sales conversation, you don't have to sound like a used car salesman, right? It's not, I'm not like, oh, you got to sign up today, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's like, hey, cool. What's your problem? Let me fix that problem for you. I think this program is going to solve that. And that's really what differentiates you from everybody else. If that all makes sense, go ahead and drop another yes in the comments. You understand how that consultative approach, that doctor-patient kind of outlook is different, right? And why we want to be looking towards that and learning that process, because once we learn that process, boom, now we can start to really educate our staff, educate our prospects, and boom, now they're sticking around longer because they have an experience that's building that result. I talk about that kind of result-oriented approach. It's the same way that you don't want to sell a 12-month membership. You want to sell a blue belt program because now you're giving them a result. At the end of this 12 months, you're not going to guarantee a blue belt, but you're going to guarantee that they're working towards that blue belt progress, right? You're going to give them that curriculum. You're going to give them that information. So it's result oriented. Where we go? Okay, so the last part is the AI kind of show system. How do we get people to show up for those appointments? One, it's actually building those relationships, talking to them, having that upfront kind of program. That's a really, really amazing offer that people are like, man, I can't wait to get in there and do this. So how do we do that? So we call it the King's AI system. So basically, how do we get them to show up for appointments, pack the academy, and finally really take control of your business? When we first started, like I said, we got a bunch of leads, but nobody would ever show up, right? So like the sad clown, scary guy face. And I'm sure you've seen, especially over the past couple months, like people are not showing up for the appointments as well. And this is not a martial art industry. I'm tied into a lot of other industries throughout the country. It is happening everywhere in every industry. So you got to be different. You got to have a different program. It can't be like, oh, we have a 7-day trial here at Conquest. Like, no, like they don't care. They know they can go anywhere and get that program. They know that they can show up at any time because that offer is always there. You have to have, limited amount of time, limited amount of spaces, scarcity, urgency. All these things need to be built into your offer so that people are like, oh, I got to get this, or I'm going to have that FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. So once we implemented this system, tons of leads and tons of people actually showed up, which is, really good. And then if people show up for your program, lots of money. So like creepy smiley face guy. So how do we follow up with the prospects? You want to make sure you're doing that the right way. And once you're doing that, you're going to get more people to actually show up for the program. But to do it the right way, you really need to be spending 3 to 4 hours a day, texting, calling people, making sure that they're coming to the appointments. If they opted in and they haven't set it up, how to set up that appointment. So like really you yourself or somebody needs to be spending 3 to 4 hours a day doing that. So all while you're doing this other stuff, right? Running operations for your school, doing sales, keeping up with your students and classes, setting appointments and meeting appointments, all of those kind of things, all of that extra work on top of that 3 to 4 hours a day of just your lead nurture. And then even if you have the time, like, do you really want to spend it texting and calling leads? Like nobody wants to do that. Like that's why it never gets done. I could pull everybody on this call and nobody's spending 3 to 4 hours a day on lead nurture. I bet my house on it. Nobody's doing it because it's boring, because no one likes it, and because it's not fun, right? And probably because you're like, man, I'm not going to make any money from this if they do show up because I'm doing a free offer. So really you kind of have three options. One is like do it yourself. Two is going to be hire somebody else to do it. And three is try to automate it. So those are kind of the three options that you can use right now. But the problem is still doing it yourself or hiring someone is spending the 3 to 4 hours a day doing it, or keeping up with the staff. So now maybe you have a staff member doing it, but now you're managing that staff member, or you are paying another manager to manage the staff member that's doing it. So who on the call right now is doing that? Personal lead nurture yourself. Who has staff working it, right? The problem again is even if you're doing that, the staff isn't working that hard. They're not going to work all those leads. They're going to work them for 2 to 3 days on average is what we see. Your time and effort is wasted on the leads that never show up. So you're spending 3 to 4 hours and you're only getting a couple people to show up. You just spent all that time and only a couple people showed up anyways. It gets very discouraging very quickly. You wasted money on ads because you can't keep up with them because you're getting a ton of ad flow or people showing up or people scheduling appointments or doing appointments, but they're not showing up, and then things are getting dropped because you're spending all that money on that stuff. The other thing is digital marketing leads are less engaged. So it's real easy to click a button and schedule something, but if they don't have a good lead follow-up system, then bam, you're not actually getting people to sign up for that program. And then again, if people don't pick up the phone like they used to, because again, everybody's using telephone, everybody's calling people's cell phones and stuff now. So more effort is required. So maybe the 3 to 4 hours isn't enough anymore. Maybe it's 5 to 6 hours a day. You need to be hammering these people. And again, nobody's going to do that. And more personalization is required. Because again, less trust because everybody's doing that kind of marketing, that kind of outbound kind of lead nurture and lead appointment setting. So, which is why the old model really doesn't work. It creates a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted leads, and a lot of wasted money. So if you're getting leads and you're just throwing them in the bucket and they're falling out because you can't get to them or they're not showing up, you're kind of wasting money on those ads. So what if there was a different way, a different model, right? A model that got you to get your time back, because time is like the most precious thing that we have. A model that allowed you to save on overhead. Because again, if we can save money, we can put more money to profit. And at the end of the day, that's the whole reason to be in business, is to make some profit. And then again, a model that allowed you to make more money, because if you make more money, you get more profit, you have more ability to grow and scale your academy. So no longer making a call or a text and getting ghosted again. And really not some rinky-dink automation where you still need to reply to every text message back and forth. But really a system that removes all effort from that. So you just pay for the ad spend and people walk in the door. Like that is the kind of system that you need. So you can focus on sales, which is going to, again, generate more students and more money. And I think that's what everybody probably on the call wants, right? More students and more money, or at least more money, even if you don't want more students. So that's what we did for the King's show system. But how does it help me? Let me show you exactly kind of how this breaks down for you. So let's talk about money and how this all ends up. So basically, if you're working that 3 to 4 hours, and we already said probably that 3 to 4 hours isn't enough, so it's probably closer to 5 or 6 hours a day. If you're paying someone to do that, or if you're doing that yourself, right? So if you're paying an employee, say $18 an hour, you're spending about $1,600 a month on lead nurture, or if you're not, you should be. If you manage them, and let's just say you're $100 an hour for private lessons or whatever, like you should be at least $100 an hour for your time. That's another $250 a day, because you got to be checking up on them, making sure that they're actually doing the stuff, and then following up with those systems. So also, don't forget that the average academy owner spends about $400 a month on lead nurture softwares. So whether you're doing ClickFunnels, Scipio, whatever, Go High Level, like whatever the softwares are that you may be using to do your lead nurtures. So not only are you doing the staff, not only are you doing the time, but also you're paying for those lead nurture stuffs. So collectively, you're looking at around $50,000 a year that you could put back in your pocket if you weren't having to spend the money on that stuff. So the truth is, most employees don't care about your business as much as you do. Like, man, they love your school, they love the instruction, they love your business. But when it comes down to it, like, they know that they're not on the hook if you don't make money that month. They're still getting paid. You're the one that's going to take the cut that month. So, and then for you, what do you have to do? Again, you have to motivate them. You have to train them. You have to manage them constantly. And then again, all of that while you're trying to teach classes, run the business, do your books, set up sales meetings, all of the stuff that you're doing on top of that. Now you got to manage them and train them to do that stuff as well. And again, they get paid regardless if the lead shows up or not, right? So again, they're not as invested as you are. But kind of using the system that we have, you never have to worry about wasted payroll because you're not paying anyone to do that. Instead of crazy labor costs, you only pay when somebody actually shows up at your door. And that's like, my man Steve here. Thank you, Jesus. You're only paying up if somebody shows up. So if a lead doesn't show up, it doesn't cost you anything. But wait, there's more. And we discovered, like I said, manual lead nurture right now is only getting about 16% of appointments to actually show. And that's not even talking about the ones that you can't even get to schedule appointments. But wait, there's more. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. Which means the true cost of somebody showing up for an appointment is $177. So once you build in your price for your student, your time to train and manage, and any of the softwares you're using, averages out to about $177 per show. Management, employees, software, all that kind of stuff. So if you're paying $177 a show, and that's not even including your Facebook ads or your ads themselves, like, do you see why I say you can't be offering free trials? So you might think you're only giving away a GI, or you're only giving away a GI and that Facebook ad money, but no, you're actually giving away a lot more. So when you start looking at your numbers and figuring out those numbers, $177 a show, and then you're giving that thing away for free. Ouch. Like, that's why you can't keep your ads on for 10 months straight, because you don't have enough of an ad budget. Switching that system, switching that offer, now you can actually have an ad budget. So if I can sell a $600 membership, boom, I'm still, $300 after everything else I'm putting in my pocket. So again, which means you're making less per sign up than you realize, and you're actually losing money every time you gain a student. So if we go back to the idea of he who can spend the most to acquire a student wins, this is the rule, right? If you're spending money to get a student, I can only spend so much money out of pocket to gain students without having that monetization on the front. Right now, I know I can pay $100 a lead on Facebook and still make money with my program. Not many people can spend $100 a lead on Facebook and make money. We're not spending $100 a lead on Facebook, but I know what the math is. If I'm spending 25 or 35 or 55 a lead, it doesn't matter. I still make money. If I get up to 100, I'm still making money. If I go over 100, I'm still going to break even for a certain point, right? So like, that's the power of being able to have that front end offer and be able to do that. And that's why it's so important to understand your numbers, understand the process that's going behind it, and then having a system in place for that. Again, it's not your fault. None of us know this stuff at first. We have to all be educated. We all have to learn these processes. We have to learn how to make an offer. We have to learn how to set up that offer to make people want to say yes. We have to learn how to charge for that, how to build value in that to be able to charge a lot of money. Everyone does that, right? You and your team are human. Your time, energy, everything is limited, and we have to put out fires throughout the day. That's why we're not spending 3, 4, 5 hours a day on lead nurture. So the bad news is that there's so many leads slipping through the cracks that every minute you're not focused on leads, you're wasting money, right? The good news is the King's AI system never sleeps. Never sleeps, never takes vacation, never calls out sick, never forgets to follow up. And we do that for 6 weeks. So it's really, really strong. God, I keep hitting the wrong button. Like I said, even works nights and weekends, which is hard to get people to do. Get you more leads to show up than ever for you and your staff. And literally all I have to do is sell them by a lot, right? So like tons of people are booking appointments, tons of people are showing up. And no payroll costs, right? I don't have to pay someone to do that, or monthly marketing retainers. So you don't pay us to run ads or do any of that stuff. Like we only do that if somebody shows up, we get a little piece. So you literally just pay when someone walks through your door. In other words, if leads don't show up, you don't pay. And that's kind of the real kind of aha, right? So it's like, man, it doesn't cost you anything. It's amazing. If it doesn't cost you anything, why not? So literally there's no risk, no wasted time, and no wasted money. Let me show you some of the results that we have from that system. So again, 84% of the show ups, and I don't have to do anything for lead nurture. 81% of the people showed up for their appointment. Like, who's getting 81% of the people to show up for appointments? Not a lot. 63% of the people showed up. If you just had 63% of your appointments show up, how much more money would you be making, right? So get more people to show up so you can pack your school fast. And you do that by using the King's AI system. So again, I just want to kind of follow up on exactly what we kind of went over today. One, sexy offer, how to make that offer so that you can have students that gladly want to pay that $5.99 upfront. How to leverage that consultative first approach, right? How to build that predictable sales conversation that meets the new needs of students without you sounding like a used car salesman. And then finally, how to have that King's AI system that basically will get people to show up at your door, predictability every day without monthly marketing retainers. So with a proven system like that, do you think that you could reach your goals? Do you kind of remember back when we were talking about what's your perfect academy look like? Do you think you'd be able to reach that perfect academy if you had that whole kind of bundle put together? Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you think you could. If you don't think you can, man, we got to work on something here. You either have some crazy goals or you don't think that something works. And either way, I want to prove you wrong here. So if you think that'll work, just put a yes in the comments. And then again, how many of you are excited about what we just talked about? Put that yes in there. So a lot of information. Hopefully you took some notes. Hopefully you got that stuff. We will send you a follow-up on this if you need some of that information again. And if it's okay, I want to share how we can help you implement this. Like I said, we have 7 spots available for this month. I think there's on and off, there's been 20, 30 people on the call between Facebook and Zoom and all that stuff. So I want to talk about right now, every month that you're not doing this, if you're not charging $600 up front, if you're not getting a bunch of leads in the door, if you're not getting 60% of your appointments to show up, how much money are you losing, right? You're losing thousands of dollars in lost opportunity cost. And so like my whole thing is speed to money. You know, that's why I pay for private lessons. That's why I pay for mentorship. If somebody knows how to do something, why would I want to try to figure it out by myself? A loss of thousands of dollars in opportunity costs translate to a lot of money. If you know anything about compounding effect and compounding interest, you're going to lose a lot of money in that opportunity cost. So now to put all this together, which you really must do to have a predictable system, I'm going to kind of break down how this all works and what you need, right? You need an amazing offer. You need a sales script that works and you understand how to do that. You need a marketing system that works to be able to get those leads. And then you need a show system to get people to actually show up for those appointments. To get all this by yourself will take a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of testing. So I don't care, you know, you may have good skills in the sales part, or you may have good skills in the fulfillment part, or you may have good skills in the lead nurture part. But if you don't have all of these systems put together, you're going to have a misfire in one of these areas. So if the system already knows and it already works for all of these areas, why waste time and not kind of take something that you know is going to work? So we've already put something together that's really special for you. And we already have that 6-week program. Like I said, it's already proven it works in every market. It'll bring in a ton of leads. We average about 100 to 150 leads a month. From there, we can also help you run all of your advertising for free, right? No monthly marketing retainer. We're not going to charge you $1,000, $2,000 a month for just running your ads like a lot of people do. And we're going to teach you how to sell it using the consultative first approach. Basically give you everything that you need to deliver your new students too. So we have workbooks already done for you. We have curriculums done for you. We have diet plans done for you. We have cookbooks. We have mentors. Everything that you need to fulfill on this program is already done as well. So basically we have a true partnership. We don't charge a monthly retainer, and we only charge a one-time setup to get everything set up on top, or to get everything set up for your program and get you on board and all that. And then So this is kind of new, and to completely remove all risk to you at all. After you invest with us, we only get paid if they actually show up for your school. So again, you're not paying if someone doesn't show up. So again, we don't get paid anything if they don't show up. So how hard do you think we're going to work to make sure your leads actually show up? So every situation is different, but basically we want to bring this in. Bam, bam. Don't worry about all this, but basically we want to bring in the Academy Kings. Here, it's not just about leads. It's about access, right? So you're going to access the Academy Kings. You're getting lead nurture. You never have to find a lead agency again. You never have to work for a lead again. We're going to get that. We're going to give you our $1 million funnel, which is generate over $1 million for our Academy Kings. Also, you're going to get access to our Kings Masterclass live weekly training. So we do that every week. So you always get them to say yes. What is going on here? This thing's all jumping around on me. Okay, there we go. To completely remove all the risk, 100% of the risk to you, we're giving you a $35,000 guarantee. And this is new. And we've just looked back over the year and we've seen, okay, what are the results people are getting? So if you don't add 35,000 in new revenue in the first 90 days, we're going to give you your money back on your initial setup as well. So again, like that's how confident I am in this program. I'm going to guarantee that you're going to get $35,000 in new clients in the next 90 days using our system. If you follow our system, if you follow our pricing, if you follow our stuff, like this 90-day money back guarantee, you're going to generate $35,000 of new revenue with this system in the first 90 days. Again, you got to work our system. You got to do the stuff that we tell you. You got to put our price points at the right amount, but we've already tested this stuff. That's how confident we are that this program will work. So an added bonus I don't give you guys today because it is Christmas. I'm feeling generous. So anybody that buys today, I'm also going to give you access to our 7K in 7 days. So this is an additional play that we give people as a bonus or that we typically sell for $19.97. So this 7K in 7 day play, if you have a minimum of 20 students, you should be able to generate 7,000 in revenue in the next 7 days using the 7K in 7 day play. So I'm going to throw that bonus in as well. So you're going to get access to that through our program today. So normally the pricing for this whole program is $7,000 for our one-time setup. You get access to all the information. You learn how to sell. We set everything up. You get access to the mastermind. You get all of that programming, how to scale your academy, how to build a team, all of that kind of stuff. And then we just charge the $99 a show. That's kind of our normal pricing for 2021. Basically, again, I'm going to break down everything that you get. So you're going to get the 7K in 7 days. That's a $2,000 value by itself. You get access to the King's Mastermind group. That is a $5,000 value there. We're going to do that ad management for you. So we're not going to take any money on that monthly retainer fee. That's a $1,900 a month, or say $2,000 a month fee that we typically charge for that. You also get the King's AI system, another $5,000 program there. And then our $1 million funnel, which has generated over $1 million for our Academy Kings in the last year alone. And that's a $3,000 value. The last thing you're going to get, which is really, 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 really valuable, is the King's Masterclass. So that King's Masterclass is a live weekly sales training that's going to cover about $3,000 a year, typically is what that value will be. And you'll have access to that for the next year. And then moving forward, you will also total all of this stuff up. You're looking at $20,000 value. So we threw in all of those bonuses to really kind of push you over the edge because we want to close some people before Christmas. Because if you made any money this year, you don't want to have to pay tax on that. So one way to do that is investing in your business, investing in yourself, and you can use this as a tax write-off. So our Christmas special today, you're going to save 25% on the setup fee. So we're at $49.97. It's a $2,000 savings for that. We're also going to drop our show from $99 a show to $79 a show. So you're getting 20% off our shows. So you're saving $20 every time somebody shows up at your academy. So again, all of that value, boom. And this is an actual screenshot of our calendar, 83 appointments in 23 days. This is how well the system works. This is how we can get people to show up. So if you're interested, all you have to do is go to getnewstudents.com to reserve your spot. It's a $99 spot. We're going to save those 7 spots for everybody. This is a Christmas special. This will be going away at the end of the week. So make sure you get set up in this. All you have to do is the $99 deposit. And that's how we're going to reserve that spot. Once we reserve that spot, we'll schedule your kickoff call. We'll do your onboarding. You'll be rocking and rolling, and you'll be ready to advertise and ready to rock and roll going into the new year. You don't want to wait till the new year because, by the time you get set up, then you're, a week or two into the new year. By the time everything's rocking and rolling, now you're in February, March. You don't want to do that. You want to be getting ready to hit the road running for 2022. So that's why you want to get set up today. You want to get that $2,000 in savings. You want to get that $20 off a show. So again, this is a true partnership. This is an Academy Kings partnership. If you don't make money, we don't make money. We are a partnership on the idea of like every time somebody shows up, we're going to teach you how to close them. We're going to teach you the skills you need to close them. And then that's when we get paid. If they're not showing up, you're not paying us. So again, all you have to do is click the link in the chat, getnewstudents.com or whatever it was, pay the $99 to save your spot, and then set up that onboarding call from there. Again, boom. From there, as I promised, you're going to get your bonuses. So anybody still on the call, make sure your email is in the chat. Get that email in there. We're going to make sure you get your emails from us. So you're going to get the Fab 5 blueprint and roadmap. We're also going to give you that course that I did on Wednesday, the 2022 Academy Kings Profit Maximizer course. That's going to guarantee you profit at the end of the day. And again, this is a partnership. So if you need a proven system for new leads and new members, if you hate wasting money on ads, if you feel more like a janitor than an Academy owner, if you want to pay your rent every month and pay your payroll and not have to worry about it, and then if you want to fill your school as of yesterday, and most importantly, as long as you're committed to growing your academy, you are going to get there, and we're going to help you do that through this partnership. So again, go to getnewstudents.com. $99 deposit. It's going to save your spot, and then we'll kick off your onboarding, get you all set up, and get all the nitty gritty ready to go. So questions. So I'm gonna drop off of Facebook right now. You got to be on the Zoom call if you want access to the questions here. How do I do this? Hold on 1 second. How do I drop Facebook? Stop share. Bam. And Facebook, get on the Zoom right now. Click the link, get on the Zoom. Stop live stream. All right. Got to be on the Zoom. All right. So now if we're on the Zoom, I got a couple questions for you. First person to answer the questions correct is going to get $100 Amazon gift card. $100 Amazon gift card is going now. So got two questions for you. One is, how much do we charge for our 6-week pay in full program? 6 weeks up front, $5.99. Jesse's got it. Nice. All right. Question number 2. You got to be fast. All right. Question number 2. Who's going to be first? Question number 2 is, what are free lead system called? What is that system called that generates those leads for free? Oh, not PLP. Close though. Close. LPL. Good. Oh, okay. Will, wait, did Will do the first one though? Okay, yeah, you did. You got both, Will. Good. $5.99 and LPL. You were the first one to do it. Good. So Will, just make sure we have your information so we can send you a free $100 Amazon gift card. And then let me share my screen one more time here. Bam. All right. So again, you got that one. Good. Bam. There we go. Free lead system called LPL system. That's right. All right. So Christmas special, like I said, today only $49.97. You're going to save $2,000 on that. $79 a show. So you're going to save that extra $20 per show. So this is a 2021 special, Christmas special. Prices will go up next year, guaranteed, and really next week, guaranteed. So if you're ready, reserve your spot right now. Getnewstudents.com. Put your deposit down and start working with the Academy Kings so that you can make a ton of money and have some freedom. Get that academy of your dreams 1 year from now. So again, are you ready? This is the Academy Kings. This is some of us, lots of big names in there, lots of fun guys, lots of good people. So thanks again. I'll leave it open for some Q&A now. I'm going to stop share. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and feel free to drop it in the comment, raise your hand, and we can answer some questions for you. Any questions? I have another minute or so. We'll go to 120. It's 118. Any questions? Any questions? What's up, Eddie? Hawkins, Jeff, Jesse, John, Taryn, what's up? Any questions? Anybody gonna raise their hand? All right. Looks like everybody knows what's happening. Hopefully you guys are ready to rock and roll the new year. Come out with an amazing offer, get a bunch of people signed up to your academy and make a bunch of money. That is the plan for me next year. Look at me. I got my fancy suit here. I just did a bunch of videos today. All right. Looks like no questions. Last going. Last chance. What do you consider a show? Someone showing up at your facility. So if they show up at your facility for your meeting, that would be a show. Absolutely. So that's why I said, like, once the system's in place, you only pay when somebody shows up. So you don't pay if somebody, is just a lead or whatever. And we're working those leads for 6 weeks. So our system is constantly working those leads. And it's through an AI protocol. So it actually is constantly learning and constantly improving as that system is working. So it starts to, and we have thousands of gyms and different businesses on this program. So it's constantly figuring out what to say, when to say, and how to say it. And once it figures out, like, oh, this is the best thing to say, it keeps updating that. So it's always looking at a ton of data to be able to figure out what is the best thing to be able to say, to be able to get people to show up for those appointments. And it has weird, funny stuff in there, but it works to get people to show up. Any other questions? Any other questions? Last chance. Going, gone. All right. So thanks everybody for jumping on today. Hopefully that helps. Make sure you get the email for the Profit Maximizer course. If you're jumping into the program, hopefully you are. Hopefully you made that choice. And you're going to get access to all of this information. Also give you that bonus of the 7K in 7 days. So if you have more than 20 students, you will be able to generate 7,000 in the first 7 days using our play. So awesome. Hope all is well. You also get that $35,000 guarantee that we will help you generate $35,000 in new revenue over the next 90 days with this program. That's how confident we are in the program. Great. Thank you. And we'll see you next week. Lots of good new content coming out to the group too. Can't wait. Super excited. Thanks, everybody.